also a drive and kick weapon. He said, "I never pay attention to the defender guarding me. I look at the four guys behind him and how they react. A lot of times I don't even look to score. I draw 3 or 4 guys and get my teammates open shots." Kevin?
Great vision, David. Thank you. Clark, there's nothing like open night. Now the games count for real. Terrific time.
Yeah, exciting for everybody because hope springs eternal for all teams in the league after you get beyond preseason, and the games do count. They start calculating and documenting W's and L's.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. We got Nash. Nowitzki is out there with Duncan. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Doncic in at the 2. And for the Clippers, Griffin is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Chris Paul. Then there's Irving. And it's James in at the 3. Outside Griffin. James up top. And he elevates for the slam dunk. Dirk Nowitzki did not like that.
It never gets old seeing LeBron throw it down, especially when he decides to do it with a little flavor.
Last game for the Mavericks, it was a loss to the Nuggets. Nash, the pass to Duncan. Nowitzki outside. Dallas moving it around. Nash outside. 5 on the clock. And the shot is good from Nowitzki.
And Nowitzki doesn't shy away from contact now. He's experienced and he's clever at finding ways to score around and through the defense.
Now here's Griffin. The pass to LeBron. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Nobody near Irving. Good on the three-point shot.
I love the three-point shooting of Irving. Excellent at dialing it in from deep, and you've got to respect his range.
First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Well, that was Dirk Nowitzki getting in the way of the defense right there. Well done.
Here's Irving. Duncan with the block.
And that's part of his game. Love seeing Duncan just sky up there to reject shots. Does a great job of utilizing that wingspan along with his timing. Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's Griffin. Leonard trying to break free. Griffin's shot is good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Doncic, no good. But they get it back. Here's Leonard. A second chance effort. No good. Shot missing. Nice D from Doncic. On the wing, Doncic. Uncovered. They get it again. Duncan comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1. The Clippers have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Oh, Griffin in position. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Here's Doncic. That doesn't go either for Doncic. And so James will bring it up for the Clippers. It's a three-point game.
And as Dirk Nowitzki walks off into the sunset, the Mavericks seem to have found their next European superstar in Luka Doncic. The number 3 pick in last year's draft had a rookie season for the ages.
Here's LeBron after Luka Doncic's bucket. James in the post. And the dunk by LeBron.
You cannot give James these types of opportunities. That guy is relentless.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. And Doncic, the EuroLeague MVP, led Real Madrid to a title. EuroLeague Finals MVP, all at the tender age of 19.
Incredibly accomplished. Despite that, slipped a little bit in the draft into the waiting arms of the Mavs, who moved up 2 spots to get him.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Porzingis, he's checked in for Nowitzki. Aldridge comes in for Tim Duncan. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And Tony Parker is subbed in for Steve Nash.
You know, for Porzingis, the business of the family is basketball. His parents played at a very high level. His older brother played professionally for over a decade, and the first word that Porzingis said was ball, and he's had one in his hands pretty much from the start.
That free throw good from Porzingis. And Clark Porzingis' older brother. He used to make him highlight reels of NBA stars.
Yeah, you know, the NBA was his goal all along, but he showed patience, and the Orlando Magic actually promised to take him 10th back in 2014. He stayed in Spain one more year to develop, and good for him.
And both free throws good for Porzingis.
Yeah, you know, it's rare to see a 7-footer shoot well from the foul line, guys, but that's Porzingis for you.
Free passes to Nance. Dishes it to Ilgauskas. Back to Nance. And the Nance slams it in.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Oh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there.
Boy, I'd love to get a replay on that one. Let's keep it handy so we can see it again.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Nance. Bounce pass, Porzingis. Back to Doncic.
Clippers foul call. Larry Nance. That's his first personal foul.
.149 left in the first quarter of the game. Clock at 6.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I'll tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
Here's Free. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Porzingis with the block.
Boy, Porzingis doing a nice job staying in position and then using his reach to block shots.
Here's DeRozan, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
It's common to see wing players improve their perimeter shooting in the league, but DeMar DeRozan's most striking growth has been his ball handling and playmaking. He's been dynamic with the ball in his hands.
That's good from DeMar DeRozan. And Greg DeRozan watching a ton of films of guys like Andre Miller and Sam Cassell operating in the pick and roll.
Not only that, Kevin, to strengthen his left hand, he'd use it for daily activities like writing, leaving no stone unturned to become an expert initiator.
Robinson's checked in for Porzingis. DeMar DeRozan hits them both.
You know, guys, DeRozan hasn't just had a great NBA career. I mean, he's had international success, too. 2 gold medals with Team USA from the Rio Olympics and the 2014 World Cup.
Offensive rebound. World beat. Free gets the bucket.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Outside, Robinson. Up top, Doncic. The shot. That shot misses. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Out to Price. 3-pointer. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Last time they met was in Dallas.
And they lost a close one last time they saw each other. And you have to think that it was the foul trouble that really kept them from getting the win.
And, you know, as you said, Greg, when you are in foul trouble, it makes you less aggressive defensively. And when that's the case, it's hard to offer the kind of resistance that you need to. That was in the back of the mind, the foul trouble they were in.
They get it back. Here's Ilgauskas. Robinson with the block.
And there you see why Robinson is the anchor of this defense. Massive wingspan, easily allowing him to turn away shots.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Clippers ahead, leading by a point. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And in 2018, DeMar DeRozan opened up about his battles with depression, hoping to have a positive impact on others.
A lot of people ashamed to talk about it. Even myself, for a long period of time, people wonder why I was such a quiet guy, and that was part of it, not wanting to speak out about it, not wanting other people to know exactly what I was going through. But you get to a certain age when you feel like it's all about helping others. It's not about you just being a selfish person about the things you're going through. Other people going through stuff as well.
Yep, you love the honesty and the bravery to step forward and tell his emotional story.
Yeah, he opened a dialogue. Kevin Love following his lead to talk about anxiety. Athletes as public figures can have a broader impact than just entertaining, and we see it over and over again.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, Tony Parker is out there with DeRozan. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. Then it's Robinson. And it's Leonard in at the three, the small forward. The Mavericks leading. Parker surveying the floor. Pass to DeRozan. Clark, I have sat next to you doing these games for years. What's prevented you from taking a coaching position at some level? Because I hear you talk, I'm thinking you'd be a perfect coach.
Well, a couple of things. One, coaching never lets up. It's always on you, and I've come to enjoy the fact that I can be fully immersed as a broadcaster and work with great guys like you and others, and then have a period of time where I don't have to be immersed in basketball, and I've enjoyed that. And I also haven't trained or prepared to be a coach because it is demanding in terms of the hours that you have to put in. And I've got a little more job security, I think, in the role that I serve as an analyst as opposed to what might happen if I did try to be a coach.
You get all the security in the world, believe me.
Timeout.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Then for the Mavericks, Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Robinson. Duncan comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Nash in for Parker. Dallas leading by 3. Outside Leonard. Passes it to Nowitzki. Leonard looking over the floor. Duncan kicks to DeRozan. And Nash, here we go. And another shot. No good from Duncan.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
The Mavericks have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Outside DeRozan. Griffin with the steal. Call against Nash. They need this one. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Oh, just incredible that spin. Shook him loose from the defender, but he just couldn't gather his balance there to follow through with the shot.
The 15-footer goes back up. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. Leonard's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Griffin. Mavericks with the rebound.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
DeRozan finds Duncan. Here's Nash. Shot clock at 5. Outside DeRozan. And the 3 off target. For the Los Angeles Clippers, they come in off a good outing against the Warriors.
You know, with Dirk Nowitzki retiring last season after a remarkable 21 years with the Mavericks, they are starting afresh, a new era, hoping budding superstar Luka Doncic can carry that mantle, and I think he's off to a great start in doing so.
Dallas calls timeout, and you think of everything that Dirk Nowitzki has meant to the Mavericks. Clark, one team for his entire career.
An iconic Hall of Famer. You talk about 14 All-Star appearances and league MVP, 6th all-time in scoring. Most importantly, the franchise's first and only title in 2011.
Porzingis is checked in for Dallas. Luka Doncic comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Porzingis, that one goes in. Porzingis has got the lead up to 3 now for the Mavs.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Pass to LeBron. That one doesn't go. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
Tell you what, for a young player, Doncic has already shown tremendous skill and feel for the game. Beautiful floor awareness there.
LeBron drives in.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Now the pass to Nowitzki. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Nowitzki's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
And you know, being Nowitzki is 7 feet tall, he's tough to guard in the post because of that size and shooting touch. Can't allow him to get that kind of positioning.
Lets it go from 11. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Irving. The Mavericks have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the 2nd quarter. Doncic outside. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the 2nd chance points. And the Mavericks lead by 5.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Nowitzki with the steal. Gets it off. He doesn't hit that one. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Mavericks lead by 5. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. Some good action during the period, as it was just a 1-point game at the end of one. The 2nd quarter largely belonged to... And that'll do it for us. The 3rd...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
We've got Kawhi Leonard. Chris Paul is out there with Irving. Then it's LeBron James. And it's Griffin in at the center. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Nowitzki against LeBron. Banked in off the glass. James has got 8 points.
LeBron's game has a real shine to it. Spit polished. He's got a great feel of when to attack from there.
And Griffin sends it back. Oh, Leonard in position. And it's the Mavericks with the ball. 3-point lead. Nowitzki outside. And it's Doncic, top of the key. And the dunk by Doncic.
Well, you can't let Doncic have these types of opportunities, guys. When you aren't close to him, this is what happens.
Oh, and when you see that step back three, Clark, for Doncic, shades of James Harden, the way he gets that shot off.
And you know what they say, Luka's deceleration, hitting the brakes and stopping suddenly, is top-notch. And just like James Harden. So that's quite a compliment. A lot of that is footwork and balance. But I think his quickness, too, guys, has been a little bit underrated. This guy is a little better athlete than he gets credit for.
Clippers trail by 5. Here's Paul. It's hauled in by Duncan. Duncan's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Nash left side. There's the feed to Doncic. Over Irving. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Their next game, playing at home, as the Nets come into town. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for them. Leonard, the pass to Doncic. Pass to Duncan. Nash, left side. Just 5 on the clock. Lets it go from 14. He gets that one. Nash has got the lead up to 7 now for Dallas.
You know, the defense has to be better. I mean, you can't give up that look.
And the Clippers call time here. The mid-range jump shot, you've talked about this a lot, is still valuable if you can hit it with consistency.
Yeah, and if it's a quality shot, Kevin, I think you should shoot it. Move the defense, move the ball to get a quality shot, and I think one of the very best at knocking down the mid-range jump shot, Kevin Durant clearly. But how about Chris Middleton? Elite mid-range jump shooter, and DeMar DeRozan as well has a strong mid-range game too.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Robinson's checked in for Nowitzki. Aldridge comes in for Duncan. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And Tony Parker subbed in for Steve Nash. Parker with the bounce pass. Fades. That one a little long. Clippers trail by 5. James outside. Leonard against Aldridge. Pass to Griffin. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And that's just too easy. When Griffin gets to that area of the floor, expect him to finish.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throw of the night here.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws. So those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Ilgauskas is checked in for Leonard. Nance comes in for LeBron. Freeze checked in for Irving. And it's Price in for Chris Paul. The free throw off from Griffin.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. Big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
Offensive rebound. Here's Doncic. The rebound by Ilgauskas.
You know, it hasn't been his best outing, but they still find themselves in the driver's seat here.
Parker against Price. Here's Griffin, and trying to break loose. Los Angeles with another miss. Doncic feeling it out. Aldridge finds DeRozan. We've got 1:55 left to play in the third. A shot, no good. Clippers trail by 3. Here's Free. Pass to Griffin. Now, here is Ilgauskas. Nance passes to Ilgauskas. Here's Griffin. And the Clippers miss again. Mavericks leading by 3. To the middle, and stolen by Ilgauskas. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Here's Price. Nice D from Aldridge.
Now, there's an example of good defense beating good offense.
Here's Parker. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. Oh, Griffin in position. Griffin. And it's the Mavericks with the ball. It's a one-point game. Parker passes to Doncic. With a floater, that's tipped.
Yeah, and Ilgauskas stretching out there to block shots. Superb at using that huge wingspan to come up with rejections.
Here's World B. Free. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Doncic dishes to Robinson. Outside to Rosen. And there's the pass to Doncic. Shoots from 14. The Clippers grab the miss.
Well, I cannot believe he didn't capitalize there. And neither can he.
For 3, Price. Gets a hand on it. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus, I think he got it off in time. The replay leaving little doubt.
But to me, it's worth being certain. And that's why we have replay, to get these big calls right.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Clippers ahead as they end the third quarter on a... And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Duncan is out there with Porzingis. Then it's Nash. And it's Parker in at the 2-guard spot.
And, you know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
Here's Price. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Clippers. On Friday, they'll be matching up against Kevin Durant and the Brooklyn Nets. And then on Saturday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans. And he makes the first.
And I like the pass-first mentality of Price. A terrific distributor and a guy that his teammates really look up to.
For the Clippers, James checked in for Nance. And Irving subbed in for Free. And Dallas also making a switch. Doncic is checked in. Price hits them both.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Nash the pass to Doncic. With some arc, it's good, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Nash.
And the quickness of the release, very impressive from Nash, especially when he gets inside.
Griffin kicks to Irving. Fourth quarter just getting started, 1 minute in the books. Pass to McAdoo. 6 on the shot clock. This one for 3. And it's Irving missing. And here's Duncan. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Irving with the ball. And it's sent back by Leonard.
And a sensational individual defender. Leonard will lock you down. Rejections are just part of the package he brings on the defensive end.
And again, Dallas turns it over. Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Paul comes in for Price. Chris Paul. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. James, the pass to McAdoo. Outside Irving. James outside. High post try. It's hauled in by Porzingis. The Mavericks trailer. Leonard on the wing. Fires the three. They grab their own miss. And the rejection by LeBron.
This is what makes LeBron so special. He does it at both ends. Great tenacity on defense.
Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Dallas. Dirk Nowitzki. For Dallas, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Nash dishes to Doncic. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then because his shot making is not happening right now.
And it has to be said, McAdoo, one of the best shooting bigs ever, shooting better than 50% from the field for entire seasons is routine for him.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Clippers?
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
And the first one at the line is good. And both free throws good for McAdoo.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
Dallas calls timeout.
And they've been very loose with the ball here. They haven't been as patient, forcing things a bit, which has led to turnovers. They need to just slow down and relax.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Rick Carlisle's huddle. This game is obviously close, could go either way, and he wanted to make sure that his guys were all on the same page and were all staying with the game plan in order to close this one out. Kevin?
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, the quiet intensity that Duncan brings, just incredible. He's a consistent force whose teammates really look up to.
And the first one drops. And so Duncan hits them both. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here, we're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Hall finds James. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Dirk Nowitzki picks up that one.
When LeBron has it inside like that, I mean, it's almost impossible to stop him. Worst case scenario, he's going to get himself to the foul line.
At the line for 2. The first one falls.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
And guys, I think it's exactly the right thing to do with the lead. Keep going at defenders and find a way to get yourself to the line.
And both free throws, good for James.
Well, there are only a handful of players who've been on the line more often than LeBron, and no surprise, every one of them a Hall of Famer. That's where he's headed to.
Leonard, the pass to Duncan. Count that bucket. Duncan's got 4 points this quarter.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Well, it's interesting. The defense continues to back off, expecting them to attack the rack, but they just continue to pull up and knock down those mid-range jumpers.
And the Clippers call time here.
And, Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes, a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Blake Griffin.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan, to get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And boy, has the big fella delivered. He has just killed them down low.
You know, that's one of the reasons LeBron is so hard to defend, Kevin. I mean, he puts you in a tough spot, forces you to foul him because he's so strong and athletic, and then he gets himself to the line.
Free throw good, James. And the Clippers making a switch here. Griffin's checked in. And he makes both free throws.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawing some fouls.
Doncic outside to tie it up. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assists. Doncic has got it all tied up now for Dallas.
They didn't get a chance to knock one down in the first, but the defense left him a look, and he nailed it. He'll make them pay when he's open.
Irving dishes to Griffin. The kick out to Irving. Griffin down low, covered by Duncan. Tries again, and Griffin puts it in. And the Clippers lead by 2.
Yeah, and no one's ever questioned the desire. Griffin using his strength and explosiveness to make good on the second chance opportunities.
Passes it to Doncic. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. LA has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Griffin kicks to LeBron. 141. Oh, LeBron intruded.
And, you know, we've come to expect this from LeBron James, guys. I mean, when his team needs a bucket, he rises to the occasion.
Leonard, the bounce pass. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give him a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. So Duncan nails them both.
And now you're in a great position thanks to those clutch free throws. 1 possession game now.
We've got 1:23 left here in the fourth quarter. Nowitzki with the steal. Here's Doncic. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. The lead is 2. That's a 2 from Paul. The shot that time, not on target. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. Here's Nash. Here's Nowitzki. Good. A huge shot to tie it up.
Nowitzki, what an offensive force he can be.
There's 45 seconds left in the fourth. Here's LeBron. Count it!
Well, they're having major trouble dealing with LeBron.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're down by 2. 41 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So it's Dallas with it. Here's Doncic. They get the rebound. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game? Yes.
He sinks the clutch free throw.
And how big was that? He is just so reliable, so confident at the free throw line.
And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 1. 29 seconds left in the game. Seconds left in the fourth quarter. James against Leonard. James looking around. And the rebound goes to Duncan. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a three-point game.
That last free throw was critical. Their only choice now is to go for the 3 to tie.
James has a two-pointer, and the Clippers miss again. And an intentional foul there stops the clock. Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
You know, it really shows on the face of Nowitzki how much he loves playing the game. And that kind of enthusiasm is infectious.
That ought to do it. I think any chance for a miracle comeback just went out the window with those movements.
The shot's good from LeBron.
LeBron James is clutch. Not the first time he's done that, nor will it be the last.
So a close game sees Dallas taking this one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton